What's up with everybody, man? This is your boy Ray Rob, man. I know it's been a minute. I always say that, man. Let's just get down to business. There's been a lot to talk about. I'm gonna start with the NFL. We really just gonna talk about two teams that have a funny situation. You got the Chicago Bears, who a lot of people know. Um, Used to be my favorite team. Was my favorite team from 1985 when I was a 6-year old kid watching them do the Super Bowl shuffle. And it went to the end of last football season. Actually, it went all the way up to when Justin Fields got traded. If you look at my page and then you looked on here, I've stated many times why I stopped being a Bears fan after that. Um, the same way people have a right to be a fan, you don't have to be a fan forever. People have their rhyme and reasons. And I know some people get mad that you don't want to be a fan no more, and then like we don't need you. I mean, if I don't need you either, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got my reasons are pretty consistent. But for people that it may be your first time listening to me, I'll give you a couple examples. Just me. So there's nothing wrong with fan. I'm not a fanatic. And most issues I always have with people is that they're fanatics and they do a little bit of idol worshiping when it comes to humans and certain things that are known as the standard of the teams or blah blah blah. So one of my favorite first favorite players, Akeem Olajuwon. Akeem Olajuwon did everything for Houston. I understand everything's a business, you know what I'm saying? But there are some instances where there are some players that are just supposed to retire with their team that drafted them. It doesn't happen often. Most people don't end up like that. I get all that. But I can also, you know what I'm saying? I know with fans, you just look at them like they're heroes and they'll get over it. But what about the people, even people that get traded all the time? Like fans don't ever think about their families and stuff like that, how it happens and when businesses do and what franchises do players dirty. The same way in corporate America, there's companies that do employees dirty. I think it's all the same. But for some reason, with a lot of arguments that I have with people, just because I equate it as being the same, the difference between most athletes or professional athletes and regular people are professional athletes are in the top tier of their business profession in the world. We're all contractors. When you get a job, you sign a contract for however long for the amount of money that you make. They're in the top percentage. And then you have the elite players that are in the 0.01. So you got most people that make it to the leagues, they're in the 1% percentile. And then the top players are in the top 0.01 percentile. All that cool. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't have to feel like that, but I seen Olajuwon give his heart and soul to Houston. Seeing that man end up as a Raptor. Patrick Ewing gave his heart and soul to the Knicks. Man was a supersonic and an Orlando Magic. Even the man that most people worship until LeBron, Michael Jordan, he won three titles. He won three in a row on two separate occasions. And he ended up retiring twice and then becoming a Wizard. So just to see that stuff turned me off. You know what I'm saying? I don't sometimes there's mutual partings and of course they may be hurt, but it's reconcilable. Like I don't like that type of stuff. So I never was a Rockets fan. And then I wasn't a Rockets fan after what happened to Elijah. Well, let's fast forward to Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett might arguably be my favorite player. I argue for Kobe. Kobe's up there too, but it's really more KG, Magic, Olajuwon. It's really Olajuwon, but it just changes all the time. KG gave his heart and soul to Minnesota, stayed loyal, even when they did bad business and cost him priceless years in his prime. The owner talked dirty about him, did him dirty, wasted his years, and then he finally got traded to Boston. If he gets traded with like in 2003 and 2004, like right after they went to the Western Conference Finals, who knows? Maybe he gets traded to LA where he should have won instead of Gasol. Kobe doesn't have that drought. Him and Kobe could play together. Unfortunately, Boston doesn't win any championships. Him and Kobe and KG probably run out 3-4 championships. You know what I'm saying? Because he had that perfect demeanor. So I was put off. I get put off when I see dirty stuff happening, but fans seem not to care about it. So with the Justin Fields, I will explain this for the umpteenth time. There are things that he definitely could have done better. One thing that we know, there's a reoccurring cycle that for this is the third quarterback in a row that they've drafted in the first round where the coach was on the last year of his contract and did not have an extension, which means you bring a new coach in and a new coach ends up saying, yeah, we want this person and all this other stuff, but then it's not true. So that happened with Mitch Trubisky, even though I didn't think Mitch is that good. There's no way in the world, like I say, okay, we didn't see Patrick coming, but you saw Deshaun coming before all the allegations and all that stuff. And for you to pick Mitchell Trubisky, who was not the best quarterback in the ACC, over Deshaun Watson is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Justin Fields gets drafted by Matt Nagy, who does not give him any reps. Then Andy Dalton gets hurt. The first game that Justin plays, he gets sacked 9 times. They refuse to change up the pass protection. Oh, it kind of looks familiar. Caleb got sacked 7 times against the Houston Texans. They didn't change their protection. You know what I'm saying? So then Matt Nagy was a dead duck coach. You get in Matt Eberflus. Ryan Poles is the new GM. You bring in Lou Getsy. The offensive coordinator lies and say he's going to cater and bring the best out of Justin when all the experience he had was basically being the quarterback coordinator for Aaron Rodgers, and Nathaniel Hackett was the coordinator. We've seen what's happened with both of them when they didn't have Aaron Rodgers. Now, and the ironic thing is those two quarterbacks play for the same team. So it's almost like they had to wash off the whackness from the Nathaniel Hackett's and the Luke Getzys. Justin's second year, they started off 2-1. They became 3-4 with Justin's best game of the year against New England. They won 33-14. What happens? They trade away Roquan Smith after they had let go the majority of their team because they were tanking for the first pick in 2022. Justin, who was not a running quarterback like that, even though he was the number one dual threat coming out of high school. Trevor was the number one quarterback. Justin was the number one dual threat. Justin didn't run like that at Ohio State. He passed the majority of the time, but because people don't watch and they're not intelligent, somehow they said this man can't throw over the middle. When Ohio State's concepts with the levels and other things, I'm not going to act like I'm the most technical person they threw over the middle of the field all the time, from the meshes to the deep crosses, all that. Always aimed for the middle of the field. Of course, they went deep other places, but they used to destroy the middle of the field. So then Justin, to save his career, starts running like a mofo, misses games, was 39 yards from breaking the all-time rushing record by a quarterback, and they sat him out. They went 3-14. People did not clamor for CJ. They wanted to get Bryce Young in there, saying Bryce was a franchise quarterback. Bryce was better than Justin, this. Even though Justin, we can literally see, was dealt a shitty hand after Roquan got traded. And then after Robert Quinn got traded, after that time, they gave up 25 points, 14 games straight. There was a month where Justin and the team averaged 32 points and the defense gave up 37. They averaged giving up over 27 points for a 17-game stretch. They went a year from October which was if I'm correct, that might have been the Monday night game or something. It was something around there. They went from October of 2022 to October of 2023 when they beat Washington. Now, at the beginning of 2023, 3/5 of the offensive line was injured. I mean, he sound like I'm just telling you what's happening because everybody else, even like a Shady McCoy, I mean, who's like the Skip Bayless to Justin LeBron. I'm not saying Justin LeBron. I'm just saying he doesn't find anything. There's something, I don't know if he might be the new Mark May from the Pittsburgh cat that always got something to say about Ohio State. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he said something about CJ before all Ohio State quarterbacks couldn't play. He also said that, I remember at one time he said Joe couldn't play. Joe wasn't that nice. You know what I'm saying? Even though Joe went to LSU, he went to Ohio State. I don't know. But no matter what Justin does, he doesn't like to see it. But the same things that will happen to other quarterbacks that he likes, he will point those same things out. That's what's being called a hypocrite or contradicting yourself. A lot of people do that. But anyway, so the Bears went from 3-14. Started the season with 3/5 of their offensive linemen not healthy. The starting linebacker that they paid money for after they let Roquan go, Tremaine Edwards, was not healthy. 3/4 of the starting secondary was banged up. It was Jalen, Eddie, Kyler. They were injured. Brisker went in and out. So that first part of the season, they didn't do good. Once the defense stopped giving up 25 points a game and started giving up 15, and once Justin got healthy, they started winning. Justin won 6 of his last 8 starts. But they had the number 1 pick, which I understand. Most good teams, and then the debate was, you have to do it so you can reset the market. Okay, but here's my question. It was always the dumbest thing I ever heard because the rebuild was supposed to take 2 years, 2 to 3 years. So they went 3-14, then they went 7-10. Oh, by the way, Justin was turnover prone because you know what happens when you give up a lot of points? You know what quarterbacks seem to do? They seem to press. And when you press, you end up throwing and making a lot of mistakes. I mean, but not to say he's excused, but that's what usually happens with most quarterbacks. And then the Bears also gave up 3 double-digit leads in the fourth quarter with under 5 minutes to go, which was also another NFL record. So 2 NFL records happened while this man was at quarterback that everybody seems to ignore. That doesn't hinder process, even though they admit things weren't right, even though everybody from the offensive side of the ball after the 2023 got fired. And I see the Las Vegas Raiders fans saying, who the hell is the offensive coordinator? That's Luke Getsy. I ain't saying he bad. I'm just saying that a lot of these mentions are a footnote. The Chicago media and the national media, what they did to Justin is like they tried to get him out the league. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't shit. Like, no matter what he did, like he was 10-28. But y'all know how those first couple of seasons went. Like they were rebuilding. And then they tried to again say, well, this is his 3rd year, Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts' 3rd year. You know what I'm saying? They made that jump and they went to the AFC and NFC championship game. You know what happened the year before they went to the NFC and AFC championship game? They were in the playoffs. They weren't 3-14. They weren't the last team. They weren't the first pick. They didn't have the first pick of the draft. They were coming off a playoff. So the jump wasn't that. So the jump was a little more similar to what the Bears did from 3 wins to 7 wins because they almost made the playoffs to what have been this year where they had, and they still have a lot of cap room. So that thing of signing Justin and they got to reset the cap. Do you want to pay him $50 million? Actually, you could, but you didn't. If you wanted to, you could have paid him $35-40 million, $30 million. You know what I'm saying? With incentives, and then revisited it. And because you still got some of the most cap room ever, which is how we did it. You know what I'm saying? That offensive line got better. Still got a little bit of, that Braxton Jones. I like Braxton Jones. I'm not sure he's a starter. I used to think he was, but, sometimes because he was a fifth round and he's doing so good for a fifth rounder, like, okay. But the line that everybody's, and don't get it twisted, Justin holds the ball. He was holding the ball too long. He did it at Ohio State. That was the first thing I noticed. I'm like, damn, why he hold the ball so long? You know what I'm saying? Let it go. But also, let's not negate, those 30 games of the bad coaching and the bad habits that happen. But he was built for it tough. You know what I'm saying? Because being at Ohio State, he had to deal with the same kind of stuff he dealt with in Chicago, except the media, they made sure they got him out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because what the media said, Chicago media and everybody, was Justin wasn't shit. And if we get Caleb, we're going to surround him with all the stuff that we never surrounded Justin with. And when we do that, we're not going to plateau. No, we're going to jump. The missing piece is Caleb Williams. So what we're going to do is surround all the skill players. We've already built this elite defense. So now we got the talent around the quarterback. And then with this quarterback, he's going to take us, we're going to the playoffs next year. Because this year, with Justin, they were going to expect to contend for the division. Oh, yeah, also Justin used to handle Detroit. Let's see how that goes now. Detroit, the team that really should have beat San Francisco. That, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't control Justin. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how that goes. You see what I'm saying? You got a lot of cap room, but we were told, y'all let us know, this is the best situation that a rookie quarterback is ever coming in. He's the missing piece. He's better than Justin and all of them. You know what I'm saying? My question was always, he's not better than Kyler. I'm looking at all the quarterbacks that came out of that system from Lincoln Riley. Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, Caleb Williams. 3 out of the 4 won the Heisman. Jalen got third. All dope. At the highest, you know what I'm saying? I thought Kyler was the coldest. Baker was the one that played more on time and on schedule. Jalen developed himself there. You see what I'm saying? And they said Caleb was better than all of them. By far, he's generational. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Caleb was better than Bryce at his best. Caleb, they rewrote the story. This is not, and this ain't knocking Caleb, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what I'm saying? When I compare, people get mad, I compare the Kobe to LeBron, and so Caleb is the LeBron in this is, y'all put people in position. Well, first of all, they deserve it because of their great talent, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes y'all put them in a position because y'all want to push down the other person that you dislike so much that you elevate one person like this at the, you know what I'm saying, at the detriment to the other player. And I always got an issue with it. It's like, hold on, it's not like that. And so y'all said getting Caleb was the missing piece. Justin Fields couldn't develop none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And y'all talk, he's lucky to be in the league. If that man didn't start running like he was with a line that was set up to get him killed, they set him up to fail when they went 3-14. And he almost broke an NFL record. To me, I'm thinking damn, this man switched up his whole style. And I do like Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? I like him. So I know how people are like, well, you like him, that's why. But if I see somebody change up their whole style to stay in the league, and they almost breaking NFL records with bad leadership, all you got to do is just put them, and then they built up, they help you build up what you wanted to build up, and then you get rid of them. They got rid of Khalil. The Bears got rid of Khalil Mack. I understand. They didn't have to. But he probably didn't want to stay for it. Like, they didn't have to retool. But I get it. They did what they did. You got rid of Roquan probably because y'all didn't like how he came out and wanted a different contract. So y'all wanted to get that energy out of there. And then that's two franchise leading players in the Bears that they epitomize Chicago. Everybody don't epitomize Chicago. It's certain cities like Philadelphia, you know what I'm saying, Baltimore, Atlanta, certain places, you got to epitomize the city. Even though they was losing, like, they can identify, Bears fan, man, at least we got Mac, okay, we got Rowe. And some people may have been mad at Justin, but he epitomized the toughness. Man, we going to work this out. Excuse me. We going to work this out. I'm here. I'm not ducking. I'm not running. Where people didn't want to come to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And he won because his teammates knew, man, if we put him in a better position, man, we going to ball out. Yeah, some of that shit is irritating. Some of that stuff is irritating. But we know why it is. Because our coaches stink. And they done said it so many different ways. But the media and everybody, Dave Kaplan, Alex Brown, all y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got y'all wish. Y'all got Caleb, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't no Bears fan no more. But I definitely like to see him do good, you know what I'm saying? I don't wish no bad on nobody. And now, all of a sudden, like we've seen on here 3 games in, it's not the best situation. Now Washington got the best situation. Nah. Jay Daniels, he like that. I ain't saying Caleb ain't like that. So in big-time games, Daniels performed. In big-time games in college, Caleb didn't perform. He didn't play bad, but he ended up like 1-5 and 1-6. At one point, all they had to do was beat Utah once, and they would have been in the playoffs. Any other QB that falters like that, they getting hell. And then it was, he ain't got no defense. That was partially true. Nah, that was true. Their defense sucked. But they was in the top 4 until they couldn't beat Utah. And then all the top 25 games, then they couldn't win. Then the defense fell apart. And then he makes a lot of out-scheduled plays. And now he look like he's running for his life. And now Justin, who still can't, woo, sneezy wheezy. Now Justin, who still ain't been declared the starter, gets put in a better situation with people that do care, that do want to rock with him. He got to prove it, unfortunately, because he done came over, you know what I'm saying, like y'all done put the boo-boo smell on this man, you know what I'm saying, and now they saying he can't play on schedule. His completion percentage is terrible. Now he's completing 73% of his passes. Well, he ain't through for shit. Well, I looked at the NFL. Everybody ain't balling right now because of the lack of preseason games. I seen Pat Mahomes go for 151, and I'm not comparing him to Pat Mahomes. I seen Justin Herbert averaging 150 yards a game. I'm not comparing him. I'm just saying quarterbacks ain't been going crazy, you know what I'm saying? But the things y'all said this man couldn't do, he's done in a better situation. And now, man, the defense, man, they're historically great. Yeah, guess what? The defense he had in Chicago was historically bad, and nobody talks about that. Why nobody talk about that? How come he can't benefit from a defense being historically good, so where he can have some leeway so he can get his stuff back? But when his defense was historically bad, y'all blamed everything on the man. Y'all make that make sense for me. And no matter if you like me or if you don't like me, tell me why a defense could be historically bad for 14 games and set records and also give up 10 points in the last 5 minutes to set another record, and it was always his fault when his team was never the favorite. And now this team, who was picked 4th in their division, is undefeated at 3-0, and he's been playing better, and he went 24-32 for 245 and made great plays in this. Well, damn, it's only 3 plays. It's only 3 games. As soon as the defense in Chicago started playing better, he started winning. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that? Why can't why everybody always gotta suffer? Why he gotta suffer? What the hell? Now is Kenny winning the comeback and can he enjoy having a defense that go out there and shut shit down? He just went 30-something games in hell. He can't even get 4 in heaven? Why y'all want everybody else's situation to be good? Tell me that. Because this is past bugging me, man. I just keep on. Basically, he got to play perfect to keep his job. Nobody else got to play perfect. Everybody else messing up. And I'm not saying he's on the leeway as everybody else, but why can't he have that? Why can't he grow with a good organization? When he grew in spite of a bad organization. You know what I'm saying? And I said before, and I ain't wishing no evil, but I said sometimes karma come in different ways. The same way the Chargers did Drew Brees dirty. Kicked him out of there for Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers was a dope quarterback. They had great records and all that. They could not get over the hump. 15-1, 14-2, they could not get over the hump. Sometimes that's karma. That ain't bad karma. That is, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you thought you had the person that was the GM, you know what I'm saying? And he's a very good person and a great player. But instead of y'all getting to the championship, we're going to make y'all get almost there. And then y'all going to lose and tag, you know what I'm saying, agonizingly. Have agonizing losses. You know what I'm saying? The Bears, defense, they playing elite. Caleb don't look like he know what he doing back there. Now, that second half, when he got the willing and dealing, yeah, if you throw enough time and he's getting his rhythm, you got to be able to run the ball. The Bears were in the top 4 in running when Justin was there. He ain't even running in Pittsburgh. They running game ain't, they offensive line ain't even that good. But because he's with a good organization, you know what? He's working on it. They getting better. They starting to gel. When that happened in Chicago, that was all Justin's fault. So y'all wanted Caleb. I hope he does. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I want him to do good because they got a lot. They got talent like a mud. Even if Keenan ain't playing, you still got DeAndre. You still got Roshan. I don't know why y'all not. We know Roshan. I don't know what he be doing. He must be in the doghouse or something because he be not playing a lot. You got Khalil Herbert ain't getting no burn. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got Komet and then y'all throwing the Everett, DeAndre Carter. You still got Moore. You still got Odunze. You know what I'm saying? And the defense is elite. They should figure it out. It just got to be simple. But let Justin have his due, man. None of y'all thought they would be 3-0. And he would be this efficient. So just because you see it now you're moving the goalposts, which is cool because that's what people do when you don't like somebody. When you was talking shit and you really wrong. So we'll see how it goes. They play the Colts. You know what I'm saying? The Colts got a deceptively good defense. Zaire Franklin, I remember how they was talking. They was laughing at the Chicago Bear offense. Like, yeah, that offense is weak. We knew we would love to play Justin in that offense. We don't want to play him. He's dope, but that offense is regular and basic. They got Shane Waldron now. Now the offensive line look worse. Now it's everything else. It's not Caleb's fault. And it never was Caleb's fault. The fault is the media people, like I always say, because media shapes opinions. Yeah, I guess it's a media form, but I'm just speaking my truth. Y'all pit two people up against each other, so then y'all said it was supposed to be like this. So now that person has to be held to that standard because y'all set the standard for the last 6 months. Ever since they drafted Caleb, when they got Keenan, is it the best wide receiver set in the league? Yes. One of the best running back tandems in the league. One of the best tight end tandems in the league. Even if Joe Burrow's offensive line was shitty. Tore his ACL. His second year, it was way worse than the Bears. He figured it out. I ain't saying you got to do that. Daniel's offensive line, it's not the greatest. He figured it out. Bo Nix, I mean, like you said, like that, you just got to show something. You ain't got to show. Like I don't got to see like, yeah, you gotta score 30. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to look flawless. But just besides the splash play, just be like, okay, because y'all said he was generational. So everybody that's generational, and I'm thinking like when being on, like you were like, oh yeah, I see that. Y'all said Trevor was generational. Now y'all changing it. Now Bryce ain't generational. Caleb would have been picked second if he would have got drafted only to Pat Mahomes. Y'all didn't say Pat was generational when he came out. Some of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just be changing it so y'all can be right. So salute to Caleb. Salute to Justin. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep doing y'all things. Like, but the Bears, this is what y'all asked for. This is what y'all wanted. And then y'all get mad while people comparing Justin to Caleb. They can go be forever linked. Because this is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all clamored for. This is what the radio, the dude Perkins that's on the Carton show, and this is what y'all wanted. When you had Caleb's jersey and he was talking all crazy about Justin, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was talking that type of talk that, line, let's take it off the mic. Y'all was that disrespectful, but you know he can't do nothing. He won't do nothing because he's a gentleman. He's a grown adult. So this is all of y'all. And Caleb gonna get out of that, you know what I'm saying? But y'all put that ill will, you know what I'm saying? Being a stupid ass fanatic. The Bears defense is playing lights out. They playing lights out. But you're hearing the murmurs. You seeing body language. Get about 2 or 3 more games. We'll see. Because the body language don't lie. But they got time. But Eberflus, you better get it together. Ray Rob, man. Glad that y'all go to my YouTube pages, comments. Say how you want to feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't take disrespect. I don't give disrespect. You know, besides X when they be doing crazy stuff. But just, you know what I'm saying? You can agree with me, you can not. But you can't disagree with the premise of what I said happened. Because what I said happened during his tenure did happen. And then he also did develop bad habits. That's just a fact. They changed up his whole style of how he should pass the ball. So they changed up that style was that extra second that they said he would take. Now he went back to his regular form at Ohio State. He's getting the ball out. As Mike Tomlin said, I don't run away from coaching. I run to the coaching. Now, y'all look at both organizations and y'all tell me who's running towards the coaching and who's running away from it. Peace.